Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I am Penge and welcome to day 10 of our Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown, where we have a nice cup of tea and of course a little bit of a chat. So let's open up the Advent calendar and let us find number 10. It's over here. Okay, let's get this door open. Okay, this is going to require some force. Good grief. Right, okay, there we go. Everything's good. And in fact, the door has come back better than some of the other ones, which have torn apart. Okay, what have we got today? The label is orangey looking, and we've got festive spice. That seems quite nice. Now that's one of the ones that we have to brew for a bit longer as well. Okay, what does it smell like? It smells, oh crikey. Yeah, that's certainly smelling very strong indeed. But okay, right, there we go. So, festive spice, brew for between 4 to 5 minutes. Absolutely not a problem. Let's go to the kettle. And here we are back in the Geek Cupboard with our freshly brewed cup of festive spice tea. But I will be completely honest, it doesn't smell of very much at all. I was expecting all sorts of smells from this one. It's called festive spice. I was expecting, ginger and cinnamon and cloves and all sorts of thoroughly nice smells. But it doesn't smell of anything much at all. It just smells a bit like, normal English breakfast tea. It doesn't really have much of a smell going on to it particularly. I mean, maybe it's all in the taste. Let's have a check of the flavour. Okay, the flavour is also not overly spectacular. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's just a sort of a cup of tea. Maybe there is a bit of a sort of an orangey hint to it. But that's it. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's not a terrible cup of tea. It's just unspectacular. I think we'll put it that way. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hint of orange. I think maybe that's what they're going down. Maybe the festive spice is just a very gentle hint of orange. But other than that, yeah, it's just, sort of quite ordinary and plain. But there we go. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It is not unpleasant. I will work my way through it because, it's here and I don't want to waste it because that would be terrible. So, okay, whilst we work our way through our festive, not so spicy tea, let's go over to today's question. This comes from Appa Playing, who has said, considering the festive season, what is your favourite warm drink? I don't think they mean tea. I mean, you have to have tea warm, obviously. But yeah, I think they mean a warming drink. And then, to help us out, they've put a few examples. Beer, whiskey, gin, another British stereotype. So I'm not one for spirits. I'm not one for spirit drinking. I've never really found a spirit that I particularly like. Now, I know people, friends of mine, they go out their way to go and get like nice whiskies, very rare whiskies and all that kind of stuff. And some of them really like rum. They absolutely swear by certain types of rum, and that's what they drink. I'm not really a spirits person. I've not found one that I think, Joe, what? That's mine. I'm going to have a glass of that. I've just not got one. I do, however, like a nice beer, specifically more sort of ales. So I like things that are, sort of ale-y, if you like. Not so much lagers and things. I'm not so much of a fan of the lagers. If there are some lagers I like, but they have to be a bit less gassy. I'm not good with the gassy lagers. And it has to have a little bit of a flavour to it. But yeah, in terms of sort of ales and stuff, I mean, I particularly like Ghost Ship. That's a nice sort of beer. That's a nice beer. And then Hobgoblin. Stuff like Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin is very nice. As is Hobgoblin Gold. It must be something about things that are gold at the end. But yeah, Hobgoblin Gold is very nice indeed. It's really good. So yeah, ales, more like that. More sort of a beery thing. You get sort of, because you can get all sorts of different types. There's loads and loads and loads of them. And I'm quite fortunate around here in that there are a few sort of like craft sort of brewery type things around this place. So we can go, if we ever wanted a certain sort of, something a little bit different, we can go to those places and just pick up some nice, interesting sort of interesting beers. And yeah, there's a few round here, which is quite nice. So yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, I'm not really one for the sort of, the spirits. And also wine. I'm not a massive wine drinker. I mean, if I were to drink wine, I would probably have white wine. I drank red wine once and I had not loads of it. I had more than possibly I should, but I wasn't completely obliterated by it. But I woke up at about 3 a.m. with the biggest headache. I just felt absolutely awful. It felt utterly terrible. And I've never touched it since because I felt so bad. So I won't have the red wine quite so much. But yeah, if I have to have wine, I'd have white wine. But yes, my actual sort of, my alcoholic beverage of choice would be a very nice beer. And, you can sort of, whether it's from draft or whether it's from a bottle or whatever, I'm not so bothered. But yeah, one that's got a little bit of a flavour to it, a little bit of something going on with it is quite nice. So things, Ghost Ship is very nice. I do like Ghost Ship. And nice, it's all right from a bottle. It's okay from a bottle. But if you can get Ghost Ship on tap, that's the dream. That's the dream right there. And it's quite nice and drinkable as well, Ghost Ship. It's quite nice and drinkable. You can just sort of just keep going with that, which is nice. And Doom Bar is very nice as well. That's what they call us, like a session ale. If you just want to go and just go out and drink lots of it, then Doom Bar is good for that as well. So yeah, and then Hobgoblin and stuff like that is also very nice. But yeah, I'll go with the beers. I mean, I drink very rarely. I drink very, very rarely indeed. I know some people, go and have themselves a little bit of wine every night or whatever. Generally, myself and Mrs. Penge do not drink very often. We drink, when we go and see friends or something, that's fine. We'll go, let's have a little beverage. But, normally in the evenings, I have tea. I genuinely, really, actually have tea. We have decaf tea normally in the evenings. and that's how we roll, really. But, if I was going to have anything nice and alcoholic, I would have some beer if I could choose. And then failing that, white wine and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes, Prosecco is a thing that comes out at parties as well. That's okay, it's a bit sweet, but I'll accept it and stuff like that. But yes, beer is my main sort of alcoholic tipple if I could have a choice. So there we go, a nice beer. I mean, I'll go and finish this. I'll go and finish it. I'm very uninspired by this. I had high hopes for the Festive Spice, and I just thought I'd taste it again, just in the hope that maybe some flavour would come out. But no, it's just it's not bad. It's just a bit unexciting compared to some of the other ones we've had. But never mind. I shall finish this up and we shall wrap things up for now. So yes, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard for day 10 of our Fes-tea-ve Advent Countdown, and I will see you next time. This is never going to end well if it's just me having to use my own wits and skill to survive. Beer! Drink! Can I just get leathered? That'll make me warm. Yes, like a drunk man trying to find his way to the bar. I don't know what I'm doing. I can play darts. 340! You've took on my Monster Munch. Where's all the Monster Munch?